Okay, so how do we get from here to here? To arguably here.
What's up everyone, I'm Vollay, and I'm going to be teaching you how to play Sandbag in Super Smash Bros. 2. I've been playing the character for around 4 years, and I have pretty good credentials. I've been placed on the 2023 full PR top 20. On the first half of that PR, I was placed around top 15. And yeah, this character is actually insane. I've been a believer since the resprite, but I do think it was a better character than bottom tier pre-resprite, but that's another discussion. But now he is absolutely a menace. 1.4 totally buffed a lot of his stuff, and I think this guide is definitely long due. I think I could have put it out earlier, but my John is that I went to wait for the new patch to come out just to see if any changes happen, and oh boy, they did deliver with that. So, with that out of the way, I guess we just get right into it. So this video will be largely unscripted. I did make this outline of around 4 pages of just information, but that'll just be general guidelines. I'm just going to be pretty much yapping about the character, but they will be scheduled into parts for the YouTube video, and you can kind of skip around and based off what you need. Because firstly, I'll just start with the character basics. So let's just get right into that. So I think it's first important to go over some attributes about the character. So first of all, Sandbag is he's a midweight. Actually, a lot of people say he's a heavyweight because of how long it seems like he lives, but he's actually the same weight as Mario at a base weight of 100, and that's pretty important to know because he will still die to most stuff at pretty normal percents. And he shares the same fall speed as Lloyd, Sonic, Tails, and Yoshi, and also has a gravity of around the same as Lloyd and Zelda. So that means that he is slightly floaty, which obviously because he's a Sandbag, it makes him pretty susceptible to combos. But as you'll see later on in the guide, and just in general, he can definitely retaliate. So that just covers his basic stats. So let's cover the fundamentals and what you should know about this character before we get into everything else. Alright, so here we are in the training room, and I just wanted to first address the question, why is Bag so slow? Because this character is pretty abysmal in general stats. Like, his run is pretty dog shit, his walk is also pretty bad, and his airspeed is alright. It's really not anything special, so you're not really going to be doing anything kind of insane, but I guess it is pretty serviceable, I guess. But I guess this is the main thing with Bag, is that the devs did this on purpose for sure to really gatekeep him a little, and because he's a very high skill cap character, despite being a joke character actually. So yeah, so let's get into some of the movement that really brings out this character's potential. So firstly, let's talk about down special, because down special is going to be his movement, and I think around a lot of the people who are just starting the game, me included when I first started playing, was, what the heck is this? This is a counter, it looks like a counter, I can't really do anything, maybe I'll do this by accident. So basically, if you hold down special and you input directions, it really, it kind of shoots Sandbag wherever you shoot the direction. So on the ground, you can input left and right while holding down and pressing down B, and you get a wave dash. So this is really nice. It's a lot faster than kind of just going like this. I can actually kind of test it real quick. Like that is definitely faster than this. So this is really important. This is going to be how you're moving around on the ground a lot, how to approach and stuff. And you can also combine it with a lot of other things, which will be covered in this video. Obviously, obviously I just did it like shielding, which is really good for approaching and neutral, so we'll talk about that. So that's how you do it on the ground. So but if you do down special up, this is a little bit of a tighter input. You can get a really high jump, which is actually around the same height of his double jump. So let me see if I can test this. So can I do both inputs at once? Yeah, so it's around the same. So yeah, so he has this upward motion that he can do, and you can also cancel this with movement. So if you just do the down special up, he'll kind of just stay around for a little bit. But if you cancel with a move or literally anything, he'll regain his movement. So this is really important to know. So I'm mainly doing it with back airs because it's the fastest option, but you can also do it with like an up air or an air, even like a down air. But yeah, that's really important to know. So yeah, so now if we go up in the air, you have a little bit more options. So one of the funnier things you could do is if you hold this down, he kind of just goes like this, which is pretty good air stall mix up. If you want to get down, you could be like, oh, like opponent's waiting in shield for you to like land with something. You go, nope, okay, I did it wrong. You go like this, and then you can land with something. So that's just a mix up. It's not really anything special, but I think you can't really do anything with like landing with it. I don't use it a lot. It's a rare mix up. Most of the time I just go like this. Yeah, so, but if you do the same input on the ground, we were doing this before, but if you do it in the air, you kind of like propel yourself like this, and this is where you get the movement, because I think this is around as fast as Falcon's run speed, which is really good. So you can practice just going like this, and that's how you get around. And one thing to really note about this is that you can cancel it into moves, just like the upward version like that. You can also do it with this, as early or late as you want it. But most of the time you want it as early as you want it. So I recommend doing bear, because it's his fastest option, because then you can so if you go high enough, you can cancel into 2 moves if you want, I think it's pretty flexible. And yeah, so this is how you're really gonna move around, and this is pivotal to know for Bag's gameplay, because then you can approach with aerials. The biggest thing is you can approach with forward air, which is going to be one of your biggest moves, and it's just really insanely fast, so you just practice this movement. By the way, make sure to set your C-stick on, because it's a lot harder to get these inputs without a C-stick. So yeah, so you can do forward airs like this, and this is really good. And you incorporate this into pretty much all facets of your gameplay. So just, I guess if you're first starting, practice getting this motions down. And also something important to note is for the down special, this is a really tight input, but if you do down special up, but then you reverse the down special, if you press down B, reverse, and then you can obviously reverse your direction anytime, like this. So this time I'm doing forward airs, I'm kind of just like holding down and right. But you can also hold down and back and do a back air, or you can reverse yourself midair. So if I do this and I reverse, it's like a, what's it called? How do I describe this? It's basically when you tap the other way before doing a neutral special, except you do it with a down special. So you're tapping the other way. I'll put the inputs on afterward, but if you tap the other way, then you can do a reverse and then approach with the back air, kind of mix them up. And this is a little bit tight, another thing that worth practice. But you could also do this with the upward version, which is even tighter of an input. But yeah, you're basically just tapping yourself in, oh no, I can't get it now. Yeah, you're basically tapping yourself in the other direction, and I think that's really important. This is where his punish really starts to shine, because you'll see later in the combo section, I'll pull it out a lot. So yeah, that pretty much covers all the basic movement for down B. So this is how down B works. And let's see what else. You can also do soaping. So if you don't feel like down Bing and you want to get to your opponent fast, if you don't feel like going like this all the way off across the stage, you can also soap. So if you start with the down special, it's the easiest way. And you mash crouch like crazy. Hold on, let me see how fast I can do it. Yeah, so you can just mash it, and it's really good. I think this is around Mario's run speed, and this is a lot. I think this is faster than just going like this. I'm pretty sure. But if you launch your opponent and then they go to the left, then you can just mash this, and you're oh, I'm already there, and I can react to something. So yeah. And there's also a really weird thing. If you start it too fast with the initial dash, you will get a little bit slowed down like this. So you just kind of gotta feel for the rhythm, and then you eventually get it. Yeah, so this is pretty important to know. And yeah, so let's see what else we got. Of course, you got tapping. So this is something I do a lot. This is actually this makes this walk pretty fast, and I use this a lot to kind of micro space around my opponents. If I'm looking to get in position for something, but I don't want to fold this long, then I'll probably just use this. You can't really tap with a dash because it's a little too fast. So that's why I use the walk button. Just kind of hold it and then kind of make it feel. And by the way, something about air acceleration, if you want to you really want to hold the walk button when you're jumping around, because you retain a lot more of your ground to air speed, as opposed to if you're using your dash, it's a lot slower. Look at this versus looking at this. It's a lot faster. So yeah, this is especially important if you're gonna do reverse aerials like this, and it'll come in handy for combos later. So that's just something to note. Most of the time, if I'm roaring, I'm holding walk button. And yeah, oh my gosh, I'm out of breath already. So yeah, so one of the other things to know with sand dashing is you can also shield dash, which just got really good due to frame 1 shields. So like look how fast you can just hold this out and you can kind of just approach with shields, and this is just really insane to like know, because this makes zoning a lot easier. You can kind of just shield dash through like Samus missiles, through like Isaac's hands, like stuff like that, and it makes zoning matchups so much easier. And one of the most important techs to know is that you can also cancel it with grabs. So this is a lot like there's a huge grab, as you can see. You can also like do a retreating grab if you hold W or not W, ASD at the same time. Then okay, wait, now it's not working. Okay, so you just have to be like holding every input at the same time. You can't even like, yeah. So yeah, this is really good. This retreating grab. I'm pretty sure they had to have changed it this patch because it feels like not as easy to do. But yeah, so this is good. That just means you can approach with grab, and you could also do a dash grab. This is so much slower and not worth it versus like literally just going for like this long ass like dash. Like look at this. This is just insane. I can also turn on the hitboxes, and you can kind of see like this grab is huge. You need to realize this grab literally hits under him. This is insane. You could grab people from under the ledge. I've seen sometimes. It's ridiculous. Like if I grab like you could literally be like this far away and it'll grab. It's so good. This is like Sandbag's whole thing. And you know, dash grabs are supposed to be bigger, but why would he do that when he could just approach with this huge grab box anyway? Like this is just insane, and it's a lot less laggy. So yeah, so that covers that movement. Let's see what else we got. Yeah, I think that covers most of the movement that I normally do. So on to the next. Now, before we move on, I wanted to cover something really important to note. Obviously, like this is a little bit more like on the tech side, but you can actually like slide off platforms like this, which is pretty fundamental in like in just SSF2 in general. Like you know, you can kind of like, it's harder to do with like Mario and stuff, but you can like kind of cancel your areas like this. And this is like really important for Sandbag. So it's just important to understand that you can actually like do this. And yeah, and also I mentioned it before, but if you go back here to go to the settings, controls, then you'll see I have auto dash and walk, which these two are pretty much essential, at least for like my perspective. You can have other controls obviously, but make sure to always have a walk and auto dash that are pretty accessible. Same with having a C stick. These are really important. So I think that covers everything that like why we need to before we move on. And yeah, so now we'll get into some more advanced movement tech. Okay, so here we are on Battlefield, and this is the perfect stage to kind of just showcase some movement tech with platforms, and platform movement tech for Sandbag is really fun and satisfying when you figure out how to do it. So first movement tech is this down tilt is really good because you can edge cancel it, so this is really nice. So you can like kind of do that, like it's pretty nice. So down tilt will get you a little bit of movement, so that's good to know. But I think the more used one is probably dash attack, because this gets you so much movement. Like hold on, let me get to the top plat to show this perfectly. Like look at this. This is like insane movement versus like down tilt, which will get you like this far. So you gotta really know your distances. It's really situational. I personally use dash attack movement a lot if I want to like follow my opponent off stage. Like the main thing is like that, and then you just kind of like F smash is really good for just getting on the edge of the platform, and you kind of just like mash forward in A, and that'll buffer a dash attack. So yeah, that's pretty good. Let's see what else. That's like the two main things. And like I said about edge canceling before, you can also edge cancel your moves like this. So get used to like kind of going like this, because this will make like his moves really safe. You kind of just run around like this, crazy. I think one of the biggest mix-ups is doing a nair and doing another nair, because this covers so much space, and if the opponent walks even close to it, they'll get hit or swatted. You can also do like nair fair, nair back air here to catch them, and yeah, this is really important like to know. So this is edge canceling, and you can also do something called Wait, what is this called again? I forgot, I haven't done this in so long. So it's called swag bagging. So basically you can edge cancel your neutral specials, and this looks really funny and cool. And yeah, it really doesn't do anything, but it looks cool as hell for a taunt. So yeah, that's just something important to know. You just basically mash neutral B, and yeah, you can kind of just slide off the platforms like this. And yeah, that's fun. Alright, so one of the most important movement types of platforms you need to know is definitely grooving. So I call it grooving. There are a lot of terms that don't really have official names, but I'll call this grooving. So yeah, I'll show you what it looks like first. So you can kind of just like zoop around on the platforms like this. They're basically no impact landings, if you know about that. But yeah, you kind of just like that. You could also like go on shields and like go like that. Like it's really insane. You could go on a forward air, back air, shields on platforms. You could go like this. Like I don't know why I don't do this more, but you can like cancel into a grab on the platform, so you can catch people like you're like, oh, you're on the platform, I'm gonna grab you. So like that. So that alright. So how to do this is a little bit hard. So this is basically Sandbag's RC dash because you're canceling the neutral, you're canceling the down B momentum. So you hold the down B, and while you're in the down B like this, without sliding off, before you slide off, you can press the walk button and just drop through. So yeah, so you're basically just down B, walk button, and then drop through. It's a little bit of a, it's pretty quick. So you can kind of just do that, and yeah, so this will get you all your movement through platforms. And this is the most important one to know, because you won't be like, this is it's actually like, this is pretty committal because they can kind of just swat you out of the air if they're like, this is really easy to like read. But if you're doing this, then you can like kind of like mix up where you're going, and like you remain fully actionable without having to commit to a move. So yeah, so that's important to know, and it's also important to know for a specific bomb grab reset. So yeah, so that covers that. So this is really important and good to know. All right, on to the next one, which is yeah, so how do the moves function? And we'll get into that.